Hello Technolics, today I am going to talk about sets. Just like lists and tuples, sets are also used to store elements. But there are few basic differences. That is, first difference is set is unordered. That is, elements are randomly stored. And second difference is set is unindexed. Now let's see the definition of sets. A set is a collection which is unordered and unindexed. In Python, sets are written with curly brackets. Now let's just look at how to declare a set. Okay, the first approach will be we'll just give set name and then we'll use this set function to declare a set empty set. Okay, second approach is I'll just declare an empty set with the curly braces. Okay, now the third approach is along with declaring, I will just put the value as well to the set using this set function inside the list. The first value I'm putting is integer. You can put any values inside the set just like list. Okay. First value is integer, second is a string, and then any boolean value or something like that you can put over here. Similarly, the fourth approach is we'll use curly braces and along with that we will just assign value to it. Okay. Now also I will change the value inside this new set, that is set 4. Okay. And I will set this as true so that you can distinguish between two sets. Now just to check how the values are getting assigned, we'll just print all the sets. Okay. Guys, I hope that when you follow my tutorials, you follow along with me so that you can also write code. That is why I write code in the terminal so that you can follow along. Okay, so if we just try to print this, the first set should be an empty set and the second set should also be an empty set, and the set 3 and set 4 should have some value inside that which I have already given it, like 1, this value, numeric value, string value, and the boolean value. So just like list and tuple, it set can also contains different types of variable of different data types. Okay, so let's just print it. So as I said, first set is empty, the second set is also empty, and the third set contains the value which I provided, code with Rizwan, false, and it is in unordered fashion. If you see that why it is, I told in the definition that it will be unordered. So here you can see that I have given the order as first I have given the integer value, then string value, and then the boolean value. But over here you can see that it will be first it is boolean and then integer and then string value. Similarly, the if you see the fourth set, again it is randomly arranged. The first value is string, the second value is integer, and the last value is boolean. So it is allocated, all the value, all the variables are allocated randomly inside the sets. Now coming to the adding to the elements in the set. The first two sets are empty, so I will choose set 1 to add element to it. So I will just write the set1 name of the set, and then I will use add function on that. So what this add function will do, it will just go to that set and add values to it. Suppose I'm giving 3 integer value. Okay, and then I can similarly I can just add values string values, float values, the same way we can add. Okay, so next value which I will add is a pi value, that is a float number, and the last values again I'm adding as a string value. Okay, so after doing this we will just print it and see whether it is getting added or not. Now if we run this, so it got added, but not in the order which I use this add function. First I added the integer, then I added float, and then I added string, but the order in which I gave it, it did not add in that order. So that is why it is unordered and unindexed as well, because we cannot give the index, we don't know what is the order in this. Every time the order will change. If I run it again, maybe it will happen that it can change or it may not change as well. Okay, no, it did not change, but sometimes it does. Okay, so set only contains one value and it does not contain duplicate values. So what if I try to add a same element to the existing set, which is my set 1, and if I try to add 3 again to it, so what will happen? Let's just check it. It did not show any error. Now let's just print it. So if you see that another 3 was not added, the same 3, or there is only one 3, the another 3 was not added, it did not give any error because it will not show any exception over there, and it will not, but it will not add as well. Okay, now accessing element in a set cannot be accessed by referring to an index since it is unordered and item has no index. As I said earlier that set cannot be indexed because it is in unordered fashion and we don't know in which index our element will go. That is why it cannot be indexed. Okay, element in set can be accessed using for loop and in keyword operator to check if values are present in set or not. So if we just use for loop like we used to do in list for element in set 1, we just use this, then we can access the element one by one present in set. Yes. So in that way we can access another way is we can access the element in set is using the in keyword. So what does this in keyword will do? We will just look at that. Suppose I have a set 2 and I will check whether code with alpha is present in or not. It will return true or false. Okay. Code with alpha in the first set which I used was set 3, sorry, so I'll just write set 3. If you see, yes, set 3 contains code with Rizwan, but but the code with alpha is present in set 4. So there's no harm in checking it. I will get false. Yeah, it is showing as false. Okay, and if I check in set 4, it should show as true. Okay, yeah, and we can use not in as well. Not in set 3, code with alpha is not present in set 3, so we will just use not in. Okay, and it should return true. Okay, so this is how we check if the element is present in set or not. And to access the element one by one, there is no other way around for it. We have to use for loop and access the element. We cannot do indexing on that. After adding elements to set, we will just see how to remove elements from set. So for that we are going to use first this remove function. Okay, before that we'll just see what are the values present in the 4 set which I have already declared. Okay, so let's just see that first. So we'll decide how to what to delete and what not to delete. Okay, so let's just look. Okay, I forgot to give comma over here. So our first set have some value, second set is empty, and third and fourth set also have some value. So we will just remove from the first set. Set1 dot remove. Suppose I want to remove 3.14 from the first set. Okay, and again I will print after removing what is left in the set 1. So as you can see over here, before it was 3.14 alpha technoholics and 3, and now it is just alpha technoholics and 3. Now again if I try to, suppose I have already removed set 1, but again if I try to remove 3.14 from set 1, again if I try to remove 3.14, it should raise an exception, as I have mentioned over here that both these methods are same when they remove the element, but it raises key error when the element is not present. Okay, so let's just do it again. So it is showing that key error, it cannot remove. Okay, because it is not there, whereas discard is also same as remove. It will also remove the element if it is present, but if it is not present, then it will just not show any error as well. Okay, so let's just look what discard is doing. Yeah, it is not showing any error, and also it is just printing the set 1. So this is a basic difference between remove and discard. So the discard does nothing when the element is not present, and remove method raises key error. After remove method and discard method, we will come to pop method. So pop method removes random item from a set and returns it. So if we just do a pop operation on the set, so it will return some value. We need to store it in some variable. Okay, and let that set be set3 dot, sorry, it should be dot pop. Okay, and let's just check what is the output. So it just returned the false. Okay, so this false was present in the set 3. Now moving on to the clear method. So what does this clear method do? So clear method is used to remove all items from the set. Suppose I want to remove all items from this set 4. Okay, so for that I will just write, okay, I will keep this as it is. No, let it be like this one. Okay, and I'll just print set 4. Okay, now this set 4 has become empty after this. Set in Python is just like set in maths. It supports all types of set operation. Suppose I have two sets A and B. The intersection of these two sets gives common value between A and B. And similarly, I want to do a union operation. So union operation will give all the values of present in both the set, all common and uncommon values. Okay, and difference gives only values present in the first set. Suppose I want to take the difference of a minus b, so it will totally remove the B set from the combination of two sets. Okay, and it will just take the values present in A, and also it will remove the common values between A and B. And systematic difference is exact opposites of intersection. Whereas intersection was taking all the common values between the two, the systematic difference will take the values which is either present in A or present in B, but it will not take the both values. And intersection is quite similar to A and B operator, like AND gate. It is like an AND gate, that is why it is denoted by and systematic difference is like a OR gate, so that is why it is denoted by OR sign. So I hope you guys already know what is AND gate and OR gate. If you don't know, then please don't concentrate on it and just look what I'm trying to say over here, that intersection is the common values between A and B, union is all the values between A and B, and difference is the value which is present only in A, but the values which are present in B and the values common between A and B will be excluded. And systematic difference is the values which is present in A and the values which is present in B but not present in both. Okay, is the systematic difference. Now we are going to perform this set operation through Python codes. So suppose I have two sets A and B which contains mango apple. The first set contains mango apple banana and the second set B contains banana, grapes and orange. So if we just perform a union operation, there are two ways by which we can perform a union operation. The first way is using this sign. Okay, by just using this union operator we can do this, and the second way is just by using this A dot union B we can perform this. So I'm not going to type it again. You can just look from here and write it down and just try to run this code all by yourself. So I will just copy this, and if I just print this, it should come as mango, apple, banana, grapes and orange. All the five elements should come. Okay, in during both the prints. Okay, so it is coming like that. All the five elements are coming in a sets. So this was expected. Now coming to intersection. Now if I have same set A and B, the only common fruits between these two sets are banana. So if I just write this code again and print it, so the output should come as banana. Okay, there are two ways. One is operator, that is AND operator we can use, and other is intersection. So we'll just look at the code, and if you guys are not able to follow along with me, don't worry, I will just put this code in GitHub and the link will be provided in the description. You can download this code from there. Okay, so banana is coming in both the ways. Banana is the output. Okay, now let's just look at the difference. The difference between the two sets is, if I do A minus B, so the output should come as only as mango and apple. Okay, because if I'm doing difference operation on the first set and I'm excluding all the B elements, so B element also contains banana and banana is common between A and B, so it will remove banana. So the output should come as mango and apple. So let's just look what is the output for this. Yes, it is apple and mango, only these two are coming. And for the last systematic difference, it should give the output as mango, apple, grapes, oranges. Why? It will remove only the intersection part. It is opposite of intersection, so it will take the values which is present in A set and present in B set but not present in both the sets. So it will just take the value present in A set and also in B set but not in both the set. Whereas intersection was, it will take only the value present in both the sets. So let's just check the output. So it should be like mango, apple, grapes, orange, but the order may differ because it's like that only sets. Let's just execute it. Yeah, I'm getting the expected output. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this coding along with me. So guys, please subscribe to my channel and thanks for watching. Bye.